Uh, Number one, part A, lactate dehydrogenase from pyruvate. So pyruvate is an intermediate for energy metabolism, and it is produced through glycolysis. As pyruvate levels rise, lactate dehydrogenase levels will also rise. This is because pyruvate is a substrate for lactate dehydrogenase. Lactate dehydrogenase will accelerate the conversion of pyruvate to lactate, and what this does is this is needed for when oxygen levels are low, because when we're out of oxygen we can't continue to resynthesize ATP through like our glycolysis energy cycles. So instead we need to convert that pyruvate into lactate when oxygen levels are low, in order to accelerate and continue the process of ATP resynthesis. Question 1, part B, explain how MCT activity determines blood lactate levels. So monocarboxylate transporters are responsible for lactate and pyruvate transporting lactate and pyruvate across the cell membrane. As you exercise, you build lactate. As you exercise, lactate builds because of our anaerobic systems, and we need a way to get rid of that lactate, because as lactate concentration builds and continues to increase, pH levels will continue to increase, which our body doesn't like a change in pH levels. So MCTs allows lactate and pyruvate to cross the bloodstream into muscle cells and the brain. This is what determines how much lactate goes in and out of the body, and in and out of which muscle systems or cell systems it goes into, making it determine blood lactate levels. MCTs also facilitate the clearance of lactate. This prevents high blood lactate levels, again maintaining pH levels, which keeps our body at homeostasis and allows us to continue to work out. To answer 1C, explain how exercise training increases MCT activity. Well, when you increase exercise training, you will increase the amount of lactate you're producing. Lactate is produced more during exercise and during physical activity, especially when you're trying to reach those higher thresholds. So that lactate needs somewhere to go. So when you train exercise regularly, your body's going to adapt. That means creating more MCTs in order to clear that lactate, regulate the lactate, put the lactate where it's supposed to go in order to continue to exercise. That's kind of the concept of getting back in shape or being in shape. This is part of it. The way we distribute lactate is largely using MCTs. So of course, in order to distribute and clear that lactate out of the blood, or put it into the blood, into the muscle, into the brain, vice versa from there, it's important to have a lot of MCTs in order to, be able to clear that out and continue to resynthesize ATP.